Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to Scraptember. This is a series that the lovely Laura Alberts along with Scrappy sisters Katie and Jess do every September. It is always so much fun. Last year it was combined with 30 days of sketches, so we could kind of benefit from both of them. That's not the case this year. However, I am going to be sharing with Laura the same way that Katie and Jess do it, where we're splitting them. So I will be every odd day and Laura's going to be every even day. And then I'm not exactly sure how Jess and Katie split it up, but there will be a video on their channel every single day. All the links will be down below. Facebook group link is down below so you can see all the prompts, and we really hope that you play along. It's gonna be lots of fun. Hashtag Scraptember 2022. And to kick it right off, we're doing stitching. Love me some stitching. And what I actually happened to find was a piece of pattern paper that I had already punched a bunch of stitching holes in. I believe I had originally intended this to be a Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. I think that's what I had originally planned it for, but it is one of the Vicky Bouton mixed media backgrounds with the stars on it. So I thought, hey, let's add in some more stars. Why not? You can't really see them from the front, but once the stitching happens, you should be able to see them. So this is going to be my stitching project. I am not going to do this on camera for you because you would absolutely fall asleep. But I do have a plan to go through my big old box of really messy, but this is how I store my thread. I know it's not ideal, but it works. It's fine. And once I get through some of this older stuff, I'm going to come up with a new plan. But for now, this is how it gets stored. And so I'm just going to go ahead and try to color match some of these. I'm thinking this yellow. And just get stitching and having some fun. I don't have a photo picked out yet. That hasn't quite happened, but that's all right. That will come after the stitching. I expect this to be kind of a multi-day stitching project. It is a lot of stitching. So I will come back and catch you up, get you on fast forward, and let's see what I come up with for this. Don't forget links below, and let's get going. So here you can see the stitching all done. It definitely took me a few days. It actually took me longer than that. I did little bits and pieces of it while I was waiting for like summer camp to be done with, or Jackson to be done with Sylvan for the day. And so yeah, it was definitely a multiple day situation, but I just did the color match with the color mixed media that was kind of behind it was the colors that I chose. Really happy with it. I definitely messed up in a few places. There is some parts that are not perfect, but we're just gonna go with it. The photo I chose to use is of Sean and the kids from Father's Day this year. We had gone out to a barbecue that day, and right before it was time to go to bed, I was like, we forgot to take a photo. And so they all just piled on top of him and we took a really quick snapshot. It's nothing amazing, but I got them in. So that's all that matters. And it's a good shot of Sean. So we're good with that. With all the stars with this one, I decided to title this Rockstar Dad because I felt like it worked, and I didn't really know how else to combine this with Father's Day, but I really liked, I think, the idea of the black and white photo with all the color, and with the stack of photos that I was working with at the time, this is what I was determined to use, so I was going to make it work in some way, and that is how I got my title. He is their rock star, so it is absolutely fitting. It's Father's Day. You do a Father's Day, at least I do, a Father's Day layout every single year. So there's only so many titles you can come up with about Father's Day. And this one was a new one, so we're good with that. I got the dad part from some thickers that I'm trying to use up. And then to embellish, I'm really not doing much, you guys. The stitching is the feature of the show. That's the whole point. So I went into my little containers of embellishment And I was able to find a little banner in blue and then that Amy Tan I Love Right Now sticker with a Page of Hins striped rainbow and this little So Blessed, which I think is from L Studios. That's all I'm adding besides some Shadney Etsy shop wood veneer because we gotta get some of that on there. So there is this really fun wood veneer that you see right there. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that sucker in half. Don't be afraid to make things work for you. I wanted the stars to be on both sides. I wanted it to stretch across. And yes, I am absolutely covering up all of that stitching I did. And yes, sometimes it's a little frustrating. But in my mind, I don't know where my photo is going to go. I don't pre-plan my layouts down to that much thought. And so I had to stitch it all because who knows, what if I wanted my photo to go and cover up that purple star versus the pink? It's just kind of the way it works. So I know sometimes people are like, why did you do that? But I don't know my plan until I go to actually work with it. And so I just stitch it all and understand that it's going to get covered up. It's kind of the same idea with mixed media for me. It's just kind of the way that it works. So I got that wood veneer on there. I'm then also going to grab some of these other ones that have little like stitching and they're really cool. I'm going to add, I think 4 of them, and I struggle trying to figure out where they go, but eventually I will come up with the right pattern. I was trying to get the visual triangle without it being quite that visual of a triangle. Like that is a very, I don't know, that one is just a little too stark for me. So off camera, figure that out. My final touches is simply going to be to add a border just to kind of tie it all in. This is a very, very busy layout, even though there's not much on it. And I needed something to kind of make it feel like it wasn't falling off the page. And a border always does that for me. So you guys, there you go. That is my take on day 1 of stitching. Please make sure you head on over to Scrappy Sisters. I think Katie is up today, so we'll see what amazing stitching projects she has for you. And then go to Laura's channel and back to Scrappy Sisters for tomorrow with day 2. And I will be back with day 3. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Here is a close-up of that layout all done. And you will also have the photo come up now too. All right, links down below. Bye, everyone.